Hello! We are playing today the Joy of Extradimensional Spaces, which is a Candlekeep Mysteries one-shot. It is a level 1 adventure. It is very high fantasy, hijinks, low stakes, although it's a level 1 adventure. You can call anything a low stakes. If a crit goes out, then you can just have a death. And we have a character tonight who has 7 HP. So that will be an experience. I am also... So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask everyone to go around to say who they are, who they're going to play tonight. And while that's happening, I've just noticed a slight adjustment to one of the webcams I need to do. So yeah, let's go around and say who we are, who we're playing. Tell us one fact about your character, what their favourite meal is. And we are going to start with Meg.
Hello everybody, I am Meg Mysteria. I got the opportunity to say hello. Everyone else jumped in first, but that's okay. Tonight I'm going to be playing Alexia Embra, a fire genasi wizard who is a student here at Candlekeep. And as for what her favorite meal is, it's probably something along the lines of a spicy curry.
Excellent, thank you very much. And then on to Janie.
Hi, I'm Janie. I am playing Ali tonight, who is a student.
Excellent, thank you. And then finally on to Cookie.
Hi, my name is Cookie, and I will be playing a somewhat homebrewed orc janitor, whose favorite dish would probably be meat. Meat, any type of meat.
Just any form of meat.
Any meat, just...
A fine filet mignon.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, of course.
Beef Wellington, yeah, also, you know.
Oh,
yeah.
Love good beef Wellington. Okay, so our adventure takes place in the library fortress of Candlekeep, which is a large and famous library full of magical tomes on the Sword Coast. It's seen as, this is effectively a magical great library of Alexandria. This is like one of the world's wonders. People are permitted to come and study here as students, or they're able to visit for research. Anyone visiting, the condition of entry to the library is you must present a magical tome that the library does not already have. So by doing that, the collection grows and grows. It also means that there's a lot of magical paper here. So all of Candlekeep is covered in an enchantment that prevents an open flame. So because books can get burned, which is why in one of our previous Candlekeep adventures, Cookie, using a different character, saw that most of Candlekeep is lit by fireflies. Fireflies are bred and kept in like drift globes and things like that. So yeah, we have Alexia and Ali, 2 of our students. They are studying, and we will take you through to where they are studying today. They have been asked to sort some books out in the halls of evocation, which should just be loading in on my screen about now. And just to show our character art off before, for anyone who didn't see it, we have Alexia, who is being played by Meg. We have Ali, who's being played by Janie. And we have Ugg, who's being played by Cookie. And as we start off, there is a sorting out of the books, a large pile of books at a table that both Ali and Alexia are currently sat at. The pile is tall. These books are all magical, made by different authors, different shapes, sizes, some covered in chains, some heavily embossed or engraved, some that don't have covers at all. Some of the books that are clearly magical, you try to open them, they snap shut. You try to open one, they tell you, the book itself tells you very rudely to go away, or words to that effect. Some of them fly away, flapping like birds, and you have to leap after them and grab them and bring them back. This is a very magical library. as you're sat there working away, sorting these books, do you think that Alexia and Ali already know each other and are familiar with each other as students, or is this their first time meeting?
I think Ali is at least friendly. Well, probably seen as a little bit odd because I think Ali's going to try to stack some books, even though she should be studying.
Yeah.
Even though it's magical.
Yeah. Okay. You look around and you see that it is very, very quiet in this library. There is just yourselves, and you can hear the occasional little squeak somewhere of what sounds like a trolley being pushed or pulled along every so often, and then followed by an occasional sort of strange wet slap noise. And a few moments later, you hear again a little do they hear anything else occasionally, Cookie? Do they hear a bit of a grumble or a curse or a song being whistled?
Maybe some like a very low grumbling, but it's supposed to be musical. It's someone is humming a little tune, maybe a little amelodic. This is not a particularly good singer, but you know.
Okay, yeah.
But can Ali books to the tune?
Can you what, Jade? Can you stack them?
Can she stack books to the music?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. It might not keep an easy beat if it's going a melodic, but yeah, you can certainly go stacking things up. Roll me a dexterity check, Janie. So to do that in Foundry, you should be able to press the letter C, and it will open your character sheet up. Or have you managed to get into Foundry actually? Yeah, once you're in Foundry and you're in your character sheet, if you press Dexterity, it will prompt you for a Dex check. I want to see how high. The number you get on the Dex check is just how many books high you manage to stack before they fall.
Yeah,
13. Yeah, but as you're there, Alexia, sat opposite, Ali's face just gradually begins to disappear behind this ever-growing tower of books until it gets to 13, and you just see that it's starting to sway. And you're confident, Alexia, that if a single other book goes on this pile, it's going to topple. What are we going to do?
I like to think that I am actually the cause of why it topples over.
So you're giving it a gentle shove, are you?
No, Alexia has gotten into a very heated argument with one of these books that told her to piss off. And I say heated in that she is now threatening to burn this book. And in its attempt to run away, it runs into this stack of books and just everything goes tumbling over.
Yeah, the book has absolutely gone at one point. It's arguing with you, and then it just goes, cheese it! And tries to flap away.
I am not done with you. Get back here.
You'll never take me alive!
You're not even going to the right section!
You do, as you're doing this and you call out, all of you from your respective places in the library just hear this piercing shh. It gets louder and louder. And you look around for a librarian for a moment, but you see that the shushing instead seems to come from the top of almost every bookshelf. Has a very slight sort of folded, pouting face on. It's almost like the door knockers in Labyrinth. They're all just sort of there, creased, and all the shelves themselves are giving you this very judgmental surrounding border of shushing that comes down. After hearing this, the squeaking grows a bit closer, and you see coming into sight a large barrel-chested orc wielding a very weathered, sturdy mop and pushing a small sort of like mop bucket on wheels in front. How do we, what are you doing, Ugg?
I'm used to students just being around me. They come, they go. Every race, from every corner in the world. So don't pay them too much mind. If I heard that Alexis threatened to burn a book, that might be a bit different, but I'm not sure if I heard it.
You would know it's probably very common.
Yeah. And I am going to step in and just point out that the character's name is Alexia. Only because I heard mine wake up in the background. And I can only imagine viewers being like, huh? As a chorus of talking starts to happen. Yeah, you see this tower topple over, crashing onto the next section of floor that you were going to mop. Alexia and Ali, these books just go keening over, and they are all scattered around on the floor now in front of you. It is a bit of a state. It definitely needs to be collected and picked up.
Oh no. Well, I put my mop back in its bucket and just walk towards those two ladies and start putting the books into my ginormous hand. Just
They only stack 13 high, just so you know.
And only 13 high. Okay.
Only higher than
only. I mean, I start stacking the books and removing them from the floor.
Alexia just kind of lets out a sigh as this book flies off and she gets chided by the bookshelves. Chided is the word. And Aizen says, sorry, and starts helping Ugg with the books. Like, Ali, why were you even stacking them like that? We're supposed to be putting them on the shelves, not playing Jenga.
Well, the shelves just look kind of like they didn't want any more books on them. And I wanted to get them higher than 13, but they would only get that high. Should I try again?
No. Books. Precious. Don't.
I know. I keep them politely.
Books. Very, 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 very precious.
Okay.
Careful.
All right. And Ali picks one of the books up and like cradles it. Like this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Once I have enough books, I would try to, I guess, put them back on her table, but not stacked as high, stacked in more normal towers.
So not 13.
Okay.
Not 13.
Okay, I'm still cradling one that I picked up.
So as you're going through picking these books up, so I was trying to find my image there, you do find a book that, now you stacked these, Ali, and you paid attention to them as you stacked them. So you know and recognise the books you just put together. You're now seeing a book that was not in that pile. Although it's jumbled in on the floor, this is not one of the books you were just holding. It is a heavy, sturdy tome with a very severe looking face of a man on the front. It looks like this. And I would like all of you in your character sheet to make me an Arcana or a History check.
This will be good. They're both terrible for me.
I got 20.
Nice. Okay.
22.
All of you know from various, well, maybe Ali and Alexia know from their studies, Ugg knows from just being in this place all the time and just that sort of peripheral learning. You know that this is Mordenkainen, who is, as far as wizardry goes on the Sword Coast and in Faerun, is a bit of a rock star. This is a wizard who has done things beyond normal comprehension and what's possible with magic. And you see that there's a book called The Joy of Extradimensional Spaces. And it says the author is in fact not Mordenkainen. The author is listed as an Allura Fistandia. And there's a slight, as you look at this book, Ali, you just know this was not on the floor before. This has just appeared.
So I should be cradling this book. So can I cradle both books?
Yeah,
I have...
absolutely. It's your
And I will
two
have...
books.
Alexia, this book is precious too. So I'm going to cradle them like they're kids.
And
Then I won't burn it.
And as you are holding it, Ali, you can tell that it gets warmer and warmer under your arm until you're not sure if it's metal covered and your body heat's transferring to it, and then it starts to get colder and colder, and it seems to change between the two. The book is constantly changing temperature. Alexia, set over the table, you just see a slight purple shimmer occasionally just getting picked up on Ali's robes as it's just pulsing. The book under her arm is doing something very strange.
Ali, you might want to put that one down, though.
Yeah, it's getting warm and cold. And I don't think it knows what it wants to do right now.
Well, I'm very concerned with it glowing.
You want to hold it? I don't. We have to treat the books like they're precious.
Have I ever seen this book before in here?
No, I'd say Ugga's not.
Yeah, so you would like... Haven't seen this book here before. Did you bring the new book? And I looked at Ali.
No, I didn't bring it. It just showed up. Is it a book baby?
This is Candlekeep. Candlekeep. Big library. Maybe books make babies.
I think so.
Hmm.
This is not. This is not like a session has turned into the breeding habits of books. When two books love each other very much.
Yeah. They glow purple.
And then one of them whips out their appendix. And
Oh my god.
so yeah, this book is placed down on the table. It is glowing, rattling occasionally. You even see every few seconds a little bit of permafrost appear on the outside for a second before melting off as it gets warmer again, and it is, something very, very unusual happening as the front cover seems to rattle slightly, almost begging for the sake of the narrative pacing of the session to be read. The bookshelves again, your conversations go, shh.
I guess if nobody else does it, Ali will open the book baby.
Book baby.
Rocks fall, everyone dies. No, so the book. You open the book.
You realize that books are not children, right, Ali?
No.
Please, for the love, please. Oh my. What's in the book?
You don't get a chance to see. As you turn the front cover open, whoever's opening it, you all see this flash of purple and green come up. Ugg, you're stood a few feet away, but the light still reaches you in that initial flash, and all of your vision goes purple for a moment, and then all of you just feel a horrible sensation like a large hook or tug beneath the stomach, just dragging you towards the book.
I'm I want to grab onto my mop, trying to like resist.
Yeah.
Resist.
You can certainly grab onto the mop. As you do so, you just feel yourself pulled away, and the mop comes with you as your trolley, being separated from you, is pushed back a little bit and gives a melancholy squeak of the wheels. Its handle, actually, this is a Candlekeep. Its handle actually reaches out towards you, like desperately, and your fingertips just manage to. Oh no! And you are pulled away. You're pulled away from your trusty mop bucket. The other two, Ali and Alexia, you also find yourselves pulled, and you were all just dragged head first towards this page, expecting to bang your head on the table, but you continue and you pass into it, and your vision changes.
Ooh.
And you just have this sensation of music that needs to be made quieter as you are dragged into a collapsing kaleidoscope of light and colour. You're feeling hot, cold, you're feeling like you're buffeted by wind, you can hear the occasional bird song, a bit of laughter, a scream. You travel like this for... It's weird, it's either seconds or years. It repeatedly alternates between feeling one or the other, until eventually, even though you're travelling forward like this, you suddenly feel firmness underfoot as you touch down and find yourself in just an endless purple. You are stood on what seems to be purple clouds that shift underfoot. The ceiling looks the same, or the sky. Every direction, as far as you can see, is this purple shifting miasma. It is either the most claustrophobic space ever, or the most open space. It changes by the second. We can't. It could, depending on what's more comfortable to you, it either goes on for this endless eternity, or it is very, very close. Yeah, you stand there. It is just the three of you, as far as the eye can see, and a mop.
Oh, that was fun.
I don't like this.
Yeah, can't say I'm as much of a fan of being sucked into a book. How the hell are we gonna get out of here?
I'm not magician. I don't know.
And as you're looking around, again, there is nothing in every direction until a moment passes, and you were looking there a moment ago, there was nothing, and then you turn away to speak, and you look back, and there is a house there now, feet away from you, a large stone and wood 2-story house, very, very fine looking, fine tiles on the roof, large dark red double doors with very, very ornate, clearly real gold knockers on the front, and it is right in front of you. It is sprung up out of nowhere, and above the door is just carved Fistandia's magnificent mansion.
Oh wow, let's go, guys. Let's go.
Okay.
Allie's like not phased by this at all.
Your lack of concern never ceases to amaze me, Allie.
Well, I mean, it can't be any worse than something worse.
It can't be worse than something worse. I love that. So yeah, you find yourself with this large double set of doors in front of you. What do we wish to do?
I looked to Allie, who really wanted to go, so like...
Ali is clearly the one who wants to engage with all of this. We're leaving ourselves in your capable hands.
Yes.
Okay, well, then she's just gonna knock on the door with the big door knocker.
Yeah. You knock for a few moments. Nothing happens. And then the door, of its own accord, almost disappointingly, there is no squeak. It is no haunted house. It just very efficiently, until you hear a slight tap of there's obviously one of those inside door protectors that just hits the wall, but the doors swing open. The smell of warm cooking softly drifts out. You see flickering lamplight within. The way is opened into this mansion.
Okay, you probably shouldn't eat the food here, but I'm going to just be very nice to the mansion, and it'll just be very polite. Mansion, we're walking in. Please don't eat us. Don't eat the food.
And if you don't know, in Foundry you can control your character on a scene just by either dragging them or just using the arrow keys, and it will move around almost computer game style. But just don't get carried away, because if you run down a corridor and were to set off, say, a trap, I do not allow. Oh, I wouldn't have done that. It's no, it's happened.
You moved.
Yeah. So only. Yeah, if you don't want to move, you shouldn't have moved. So I'll only go where your character would go.
All right.
So yeah, stepping in, you find yourself in a stone-tiled corridor. It is warm in here. It looks very, very normal compared to, the endless purple void on the other side of the door threshold. It looks just to be a very, very normal building. Yeah, the door. You look down a corridor in either direction. You see a number of doorways, some open, some closed, but one in front of you is slightly ajar, and you can see lamplight sort of flickering inside. And through the doorway, Alexia, you can make out a bookshelf.
I'm just gonna peek through the door and then fully push it open to get more of a view into the room.
Yeah. Yeah, doing so, you appear to be in some sort of study. There are... Where are we? There's a painting of... Well, there are a number of paintings. There's a landscape scene of a large green dragon emerging from a grove of pine trees, a study of Pegasus in flight, and a portrait of a unicorn in a wooded glade. You can see there are a number of reading tables, reading chairs, small tables, and in one of the chairs that Ali was just going to, you will see, Ali, that chair is already occupied. There is a single black cat just sat there looking up directly at you all, kind of blinks its eyes slowly on being woken, and looks between the three of you very, very judgmentally at having been woken.
Well, hi, Cat. I'm sorry about that.
It's okay. Okay. What are Alexia and Ugg doing at the moment?
Ugg's just following and looking at the cat. Is it a pretty cat? Is it any...
It is not the prettiest cat. It is a bit ragged. It's possibly its late teens. It has that kind of very distinguished scraggliness that comes to a cat in its great worm years. And it is just there looking between the three of you very reproachfully. This is the cat version of the Cave of Wonders waking up and wanting to know who the fuck disturbed its slumber. It's looking between the three of you all.
Cats allowed in this office library?
I think it is the cat's office library.
I look at the cat. Is this your office library?
And it just gets up and stretches. and just jumps down and slowly stalks past you all before heading out the room.
I don't think it was his.
Well, we clearly offended the poor cat.
Well, we woke it up from its nap. Of course, it's offended.
And we didn't have any food.
Alexia is just kind of looking over the bookshelves.
Oh,
There's any interesting titles.
Annoyingly, each individual track when it starts the first time has to have the volume adjusted. I apologise for that. You seem looking for some interesting titles. Yeah. You we have quite a few books in here. You have a book called, well, when you say interesting titles, is there a subject you're looking for? What are you classing as an exciting title? A colourful, bright spine, or dangerous sounding subject? Is there a particular area of magic that Alexia would like to focus her study and interest on?
Namely anything with like history, so things that have like people in the titles, stuff like biographies, or anything with like abjuration magic.
Okay, yeah. Looking along the shelf, you find that it is a mixture. This is clearly just the full collection of someone who likes books. It isn't like, oh, this is the enchantment section. There's very little rhyme or reason. For the most part, you can see that they do seem to be in alphabetical order, but then there'll just be patches that are not. Like someone fairly disorganised who maybe once as a big project organised it, but on the day-to-day will occasionally go, fuck it, and just put it back in. Kind of like me with all my PlayStation discs back in the day. They were all in their right case until they were not. You find several books, 6 books, all relating to the studies of Mordenkainen, who you recognised earlier from the book. You find a book called The Hubris of Man, which seems to be some strange novel about the astral sea. It's a Spelljammer novel. You also find Cooking Crisis, a story of magical kitchen-related mishaps and maladies. You find a book that just has the letter I on its spine and no contents whatsoever. And you find a book about the history of the Remembered Realms, the larger area of the Forgotten Realms.
You probably click one of the books related to the author that we recognize from the cover. So I like to imagine that she didn't, though she recognized the author, she probably didn't pay too much attention to what they were about. It's like...
Okay, excellent. Was there something that Ugg wanted to do before? You got pulled away for a moment there, Janie.
No. He's just very confused about the random array of books because he's used to a very, very organized library, so he's just...
Yeah. Okay. And how about Ali?
Ali is just probably looking at the books and then sitting down and then just walking around the room, looking around everywhere all at once.
Okay, excellent. Let's have a look and see what else we have here. There is nothing else in here that seems to stand out for now, unless there's anything specific you want to investigate. No? We good? Okay. Having looked through these books and collected them, you hear very, very distant low-voiced, almost frantic conversation comes in bursts, and then it will be stopped for a few moments, and then it carries on. Eventually, you hear a distant crash of what sounds like metal on stone, and then more little quiet bursts of conversation. And then another crash. A moment after which the cat comes running in that panicked way that cats do and leaps back up onto its chair.
I
All right.
go next to the door and like peek out of like the frame just to see what's happening.
I'm gonna ask the cat what happened. Really?
And yeah,
I have to know if you actually have speak animal or something.
Oh.
Like...
No.
Not
at all.
My big rule with speak with animals is every animal sounds like Sean Connery. Which all stemmed from the first ever campaign I ran where someone had like this little homebrew creature I found some great art for called a fruit dragon, and the only thing this fruit dragon could speak in was like words of wisdom, which I actually used the technology discovery trees from Civilization 4. So it'd be like, what do you think we should do? Oh, come on, what was it called? What do you think we should do, Abe? And this little dragon would be like, a rolling stone gathers no moss. It's like, but what does it mean? Yeah. So, Ugh, looking out into the corridor, you see nothing in either direction. It looks regular, but you do hear a distant, and then another crash.
I go investigate it. Wherever it is, in which direction.
It's coming. Oh, I've actually failed to add one of my modules on, which will make this much easier. So let me just take a moment to load the pings module. And then...
So, question. I don't have animal handling, but can I try to pick up the cat?
Of course you can. Yeah. So you don't need the skill to simply attempt to do that. That skill would more come into play if it really didn't like it and you wanted to keep it going. Although, cat swipes. It does allow you just to pick it up. It does look. There is a bit of a moment where you can tell the eyes are a bit of a, who the hell do you think you are? But it doesn't do anything about it. And yeah, you are. Are you going for like the cradle, or are you going for the Simba?
For the cradle.
You're going for a cradle. Yeah. And it is looking. It does not know what to do. It looks shocked and appalled and affronted, but it does not attack.
Like, it's okay, I got you, cat. I don't know your name yet, but I'll take care of you.
It gives
Why
a slight purr.
Why do you insist on holding everything as if it's a child, Allie?
Isn't that how you're supposed to hold things?
Stepping out into
But this is thing.
Oh, so you cut off there, Ali?
I said it's not how you hold kids, but this is how you hold things.
Yeah, she holds literally everything except babies like this. She holds babies by the ankle like a prized fish she's caught. But everything else is... Okay, so yeah, out on the corridor, Ugh, you can hear that the noise is coming from this direction.
I walk over to here.
As you do, you see there are a set of stairs going up.
Mm-hmm. I guess I look at the stairs and then I look back. If no one is following, I'm just going up.
So, peering in, you see the aroma of cooking hits you from outside. A large iron stove takes up one wall, and the rest of the room is filled with large tables and racks lined with hanging pots, pans, and cooking utensils. Everything looks sparklingly clean. There are two creatures in the kitchen. Squat, grey creatures with leathery wings stretching out from their backs. Both of them are about 30 centimeters tall. Both pretty small. They stand about shoulder height with the cat, and you will see that both of them are wearing chef's hats. And they look over at you. Can you all make me an Arcana check, please, to see if you know what these things are?
Maybe.
Oh yeah, again, all three of you. It makes sense, you being in Candlekeep. You would know that these are homunculi, who are kind of like familiars, only a bit more complex. They are the creation of wizards. Each wizard is said to be able to create a single homunculi. And they look up. You see, it's been clear to you, they've been bickering quite heatedly with each other. And then they both snap their heads towards you all in the same moment. And the one on the left just goes, "Goodness gracious me, I cannot believe we have guests! 1,000 apologies!" And starts like wiping hands down on this neat apron and flutters up onto the table. "Please come in, come in! Can I offer you a refreshment?"
Frog, please.
Am I going to get sucked into a fairy realm if I have a refreshment?
Stuck into a fairy realm? Whatever are you speaking of? Is this merely, we have leek and potato soup, we have filet mignon, we have many things. Whatever you desire, cumin and coriander can make it so for you. We have the finest culinary training.
Frog and filet mignon, please.
Very good, very good. And for you, my cat-cradling companion.
Can the cat have a snack?
And the other one sort of flutters up and points down to a table, and because I get confused, speaks in a distinctive but identical voice. "There are many plates and bowls down here for the refreshment of the esteemed guests." And now to peek in, you will see there are about 20 different cat bowls in the corner, all laid out.
Okay, well, I'll set my well, not my cat, but I'll set the cat down.
I love that. It is my cat now. My new cat. So you set the cat down, do you?
I have the filet mignon too, since I'll have that.
Very good, and I sense there is one more companion lingering out in the corridor there. Can we provide anything to you, friend?
No, I'm not particularly hungry, but I am kind of curious. Where are we?
Where are we? You are not invited by the mistress. This is her manse. This is Vistandia's magical maison. You are not her esteemed guest. She has not invited you here. How did you come to gain entry?
I knocked on the door.
Yes, of course. To get into the house, but to be brought into Vistandia's pocket-sized parlor, in which the maison resides. How did you come to be in this domain?
We got to it was a lot of purple.
Yes, you were brought through the book then, I would imagine.
Yeah, the book baby.
Yes, the mistress had misplaced that some time ago. She has only recently stepped out a little while ago, 300 years ago. I am sure that she will return any moment now. We have continued making food anyway for her arrival.
Okay.
300.
Gone. She's been gone for 300 years and you've been making food the whole time for when she gets back. Does it not go bad?
Yes, that is why we continue making fresh batches. Sometimes we must take the occasional liberty. Some things will keep good for a few weeks or so, but inevitably it is difficult as there are no flies here. It becomes difficult to try and establish when the food is good and when it is not, but we have got it down to a system now. Nothing lasts good for too long, and so we make new food twice a day. Therefore, when the master returns, piping fresh.
That sounds great. So where do you stay here? You just keep making food all the time?
Yes, we continue cooking. We do not tire, we do not need to sleep, we do not eat ourselves, although obviously we try when we are tasting. We cook, that is what we do.
I guess we're stuck here for 300 more years, probably.
Good grief. There is, if Estandia herself did not bring you here, she, obviously being the master of this place, is able to navigate in and out at will, but there was a way for people to get out. She put it in case she ever lost her senses, or had some sort of, if she died while she was in here with guests. There is, what was it, Kumian, to get out? I do not know, Coriander, I can't remember. Is it some sort of, books, it involved books, did it not? There was the spelling, there was a page in the book, or a word in the book, I do not know. All books are filled with words. Are you sure you will not eat anything, my friend? Your friends are being served a delicious filet mignon. How about a drink?
Nah, I think I'm okay. Thank you, though.
Listen to me. And like it flutters up, and it will attempt to perch on your shoulder if you will allow it.
Sure.
Yeah? It lands on your shoulder, and either it's come to you and is on your shoulder, as it leans and it gives you the conspiratorial. If you change your mind during your time here, I will gladly cook something up for you. You need only come down regardless of the hour and knock, okay? And I will cook for you, yes?
Okay.
Very good.
Thank you.
And yeah, they serve up the food. So if you would like to take a seat in the dining room, and we gesture over to this wall, and we will serve you your delicious food forthwith.
Certainly. And I'll figure out how to move this over. Because Allie is just all about this.
I like that you're just permanently slanted.
Oh, I can fix that for you. Yeah, yep.
There we go.
I accidentally did that. I was messing with my mouse and it slanted at me. So I just left it.
Okay. Then we head to the dining room, I suppose, then.
Oops.
Use left click on the door, that will open it.
I don't see the door. Oh!
It's the little white markers that kind of go.
It's everything is very black for me, so I'm not necessarily seeing walls and stuff. So
okay.
Definitely was not vaulting the table. That didn't happen.
She just stands there. So you find yourself in large windows form the entirety of the far wall, looking out onto 3 planted beds filled with vegetation. Within this room, a large crystal chandelier hangs above a table made of dark wood. 6 matching chairs with scarlet cushions surround the table. A 7th chair sits alone in the far corner. In addition to the furnishings, this room is adorned with unremarkable tapestries that depict grapevines and the process of making wine.
I sit down.
Yeah, Allie's sitting at the head of the table.
At the head head of the table. Okay.
That's awfully presumptuous of you.
It is.
Are you still cradling the cat?
First
I
the
left the
cat,
cat.
now the house.
Wanted the cat to eat.
So do you
Is
still have
this
the
a
cat?
different cat?
The cat in here is a different cat, yeah. As you open up into this room, there is a tabby who's been sat sort of looking out the window and just turns to you all and hisses, and it darts under the table and out into the kitchen.
Okay. Didn't do anything to you, but alright.
After a few moments, cumin and coriander flutter in with their plates of filet mignon, and you see there are a large number of steaks, like 6 steaks on each plate, with all the expected trimmings. A coriander comes in with a tray that has about 8 different terrines of like sauces on and puts them down. It's like, many years ago, I learned in this place with a infinite amount of resources. It is wasteful to ask how somebody wants their steak. It wastes time in the preparation, and so I made one of each possible doneness for you each. And there is a spare plate there in case you change your mind. And yeah, they fill the table. Ali, your chair feels a little warm.
It's not glowing, is it?
It is not.
Okay,
Does it have cat fur all over it?
Looking down, it does.
looks like
Suspicion
I took the
determined.
cat's seat. Sorry, cat.
Yeah.
Why is it?
As you're saying that, it isn't just the seat itself. Even like the wood of the arms and where you to reach down and touch it, even the everything about this chair is just warm. And dinner's brought out and is put down before you all, and cumin and coriander, both sort of with repeated bows and overly flourishes of the chef hats, sort of flutter out the room and leave the door open. And you hear like, "Do you think they'll like it?" And you hear like, "Don't be foolish! Of course they will like it. They will love it."
I think somebody was sitting here.
Maybe cat.
It would have been a really big cat.
I've seen very big cat before in Candlekeep.
Well, whoever was sitting here, I'm just going to eat my food now.
Same.
Okay. It is however you would like your ideal steak to be. It is an absolutely delicious steak. It's served with very nice, well done potatoes, skin still on, boiled potatoes still on, but very, very nice. It's served with bundles of roasted asparagus wrapped in smoked bacon. There are vegetarian trimmings on the table and offerings for anyone who would rather. Peppercorn sauce, blue cheese sauce, mushroom sauce, all sorts. You tuck in, and whatever sort of steak meal experience you want to have is what you have.
You know, this is really good. If we do get like
Thank
canned or
you.
something.
Thank you very much.
Great.
Yeah, I think Ugg just gets himself a generous slice of all of the 6 steaks, try it all.
Nice.
And a different sauce for every one of the 6 steaks.
Very nice. Yeah, it's good. You eat your fill. Any meal conversation, or are we just getting through? And what's Alexia doing while they eat?
Lexia is looking over the vegetation outside and kind of the tapestries. Is it As far as what's growing outside, is it just like vegetation as in food where? So like they're growing their own asparagus and food and stuff like that?
So looking at it, it looks to be rows of planters and flower beds. There are flowers, but are clearly just, not functional. These are to be looked upon and admired. You do notice several bundles and shrubs like laden with very, very large, fat clusters of berries in there as well. It seems to be a bit of a hybrid thing going on. But no, it isn't like functional troughs of potatoes. It's all stuff that looks pretty, and as a bonus, maybe it can be eaten. You see on the stone wall, on the stonework of the patio, there is like there's trellis in which was like clematis hanging up in impossible colours you've not seen. It's very, very picturesque. You can see out there as well two things floating in the air, which you would both know from being students at Candlekeeps, are drift globes. Just light emitting ornaments, but slowly drift around above it all, casting down these iridescent colours.
The more we see of this place, the more it's like walking into a wonderland. So, it sounded like they said there was a spell somewhere that would get us out of here.
Yeah, there is. But do you think we can get out of here after the test that I was supposed to take today, so I don't have to take it?
You get marked for not showing up, right?
But yeah, we just explained what happened, and I don't think it would count, right?
Wonder if this would count as extra credit.
Exactly, so we don't need to take the test. That's to show up after that exam. So, because I didn't study. I forgot to study. I was stacking books.
It's because we didn't show up for class that we were in there stacking the books, right?
Yeah, but see, I forgot to show up for class. There was a nice tree on the walk. That was on a walk, and there was a nice tree. I get distracted a lot.
Yes, Allie, I know.
What's better to distract you than fantastic cooking?
Echoes through from the kitchen.
Usually cake. And then she just like...
Oh, cake! Of course, cake it is! We will bring a... Just give me... Get cooking, come in! Cake! You had the one.
And there's suddenly a frantic rattling of pots and pans.
If Allie doesn't take more, then Ugg will just take the rest of whatever is on the plate and eat it also.
About only 2 minutes later, several multi-tiered cakes are brought through. There is red velvet. There is Bailey's cheesecake. There is a huge banoffee tower. And there is just like that rainbow cake that to slice into it is to have all the different creams and flavours. They are all brought through and laid out. 1,000 apologies. It was terribly remiss of me to make presumptions regarding the dessert arrangements. Oh, I left the ice cream cake in there. 1 second. Floats back in, comes back for an ice cream cake.
Cake! Allie gets some of all of it on her plate.
Why are you holding the cake like that? You will get cake all over your robes.
Aren't you supposed to hold precious things?
Just lean in this chocolate cake.
Oh my god.
So yeah, you also have cake.
So after I'm done with the second helping of all of the filet mignons, I'm just going to take one of the cakes that Allie did not.
Whilst I was working on your dessert course, I gave some further thought to your inquiry, and I distinctly recall now that Fistandia's emergency exit maneuver from this place did involve books. There were a number of books that, if brought together, would create a word that could be used to escape from the house. Alas, that is all I recall, except each of the books sported only a single letter on the spine.
I like those.
We
books.
saw one in the study.
Ah! Then you have begun your journey to dash after dining. It is a most terrible, terrible fate. To have cooked for someone and then to be left once again with nothing but cumin and cats and the pests on the veranda.
You could come to Candlekeep. They always need cooks.
Ah, my friend, we are duty bound to wait for Fistandia. It is she who created us, she who created this place, and in fact, if we were to leave this place without her making it so, we would disappear and return to this place forthwith.
Okay, can't you call her?
Call her what? Call her only the most gracious and complimentary of things.
Some kind of magic thing and talk to her. Like, come back home.
I know what you mean. I do not have a sending stone or anything like this configured to her. We are not practitioners of the magical arts ourselves. I cannot cast some sort of sending.
Oh, well, I can't do that either, so sorry.
It is fine. The mistress often steps out. We will continue our duties until she returns. And I would
Wait, if
imagine
you're not-
for all of you would know, even in a world of magic, for a presumably human mage, which from the book you saw that Fistandia was, 300 is a no. You are not 300 years old age.
Well, every cake that Allie didn't hug, I'm still gonna eat though. Now I also feel bad, they're craftsmen, so I'm going to eat their cake. And it's really good cake.
I'm going to retrieve a book.
So yeah, Alexia goes and takes that book with the eye back off the shelf. What are Ali and Ugg doing?
After Allie eats, I think she's going to try to get some of the chocolate off her robes.
Yeah, it wasn't very creamy. It's more like a flaky sort of cake, so you can quite easily brush them off onto the floor.
I'll hand her my feather duster that I have holstered like a gun. It's not,
Amazing.
It's...
Yeah. Windex and the other one.
Yep.
So, of course, she's going to cradle the feather duster. And then dust herself off.
Alexia just walks back into her holding this feather duster instead of actually using it.
Okay.
Why does everybody do that strange look?
Because you hold random objects like they're an infant.
But they're precious. You're supposed to.
They're
Very-
objects.
Very
Yeah.
important feather duster. And I point to it.
The objects are fun. And you ever watch people collect a bunch of objects?
Yeah, I just walked into a whole study full of books that were collected by Fistandia.
Yeah, books or jars or all sorts of things. You know what? I'm a little bit odd sometimes. I've heard that from several people. Cake?
No, I think I'm good.
Okay, yeah.
If you guys are done, would kind of like to continue finding where the rest of these books are.
I love like the urgency of Alexia. Who's like, this is a situation, and the other two are like, coffee, anyone?
Pretty much.
Okay, when you finish, do you all rise and leave the table?
Eventually.
Ali, you can't stand up. You go to rise and you can't, your feet are on the floor. You can't, it's like your backside and your back are stuck to the chair. And as you try to move, you see, or all of you in the room, see the arms of the chair try to slightly wrap around Ali's arms as the chair begins to, and at the back of it begins to split open into a mouth with rows and rows of teeth on the headboard.
Can you please let me go, chair? Please.
I am going to step behind her, take the chair, pick up the chair, and try to shake Allie out of it.
You're shaking the chair, yeah. You have a round to act, each of you. You all get a free action, but obviously, Ali, you are restrained. So Ugg is trying to just shake this chair.
Takes the chair and shakes her out of it, like if you have a box and you're trying to and she's like trying to shake her out of the chair.
Ugg, make me an athletics check. Whilst that's happening, Alexia, what are you intending to do? I mean, this thing is glued on. It's quite an unnatural means by which it's got Ali. So you manage to grab on and shake it around a bit, and then you go to let go, and you can't take your hands off it. Your hands are now stuck to the headboard as a couple of its eyes roll back, these orange eyes, and look at you. Alexia, it's you. You see both of them are stuck to the chair. What do you do?
This is a problem because all of my spells are fire-based. So mimics are fairly sentient. You can argue with them, right?
I think we're gonna find out.
I think we're gonna find out.
Ali is like really politely asking it to let her and her friend go, please.
Okay. Doesn't seem to be acquiescent. Is there going to be an action from Alexia, or is she paralyzed of indecision?
I think you guys see her hand light up in flame as she looks at this mimic and says, I'm going to ask nicely once before I light you up. Let them go.
Make me a persuasion check with advantage.
There's 14.
And you like a spit, this big spit noise, and Ali, you're kind of like pushed up to your feet. But like, it looks like the entire cushion seat of this was the tongue, and you're basically shoved unceremoniously onto your feet against the table. Ugg, your hand is released, and the chair kind of by itself just walks over to the corner, slaps itself in the corner, and just before going back into being a chair.
Thank you.
And
The seat if you're hungry.
The seat goes.
Why don't you just go over to the kitchen? The cooks will make you food.
The chair goes. into the doorway. A moment later, you hear,
Get out of here! Go on, get out! I told you! Get out! Get out!
Oh my God.
back into the corner. And Cuban's like, by the way, do not sit in that chair.
Hey, thanks. I won't sit in that chair. I kind of did already, but yeah, it's fine.
Let's just be careful around everything else. Yeah, deal?
I will try my hardest, but as you know,
That is all I can hope for, Allie.
So, where are we going?
What next?
You have a book that has the letter I.
So there's a couple other rooms on the other side of the corridor, and then there's upstairs. I think there was a door back in the kitchen. Or was that not a door? Am I misremembering what that was?
There was a door in the kitchen.
Okay. Okay, I guess we're going back in the kitchen.
Question, like most of the entire map is really dark for me. Is that supposed to be? When I look on the stream, it doesn't look like that.
I know what that is. You, for some reason, probably as part of your import, have no vision.
Ah, this makes it so much better. Vision is nice.
So I love that you have literally played this entire hour so far with about half a centimeter's ring of vision around your character.
Yes.
It's like
I have night vision.
It's like
but...
I'm playing a commoner. Also, the commoner's blind.
Yes. No, I have only night vision and nothing else.
Okay.
Because I put in night vision, but I guess not regular vision.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, yeah. Now you're like, oh, this place is actually really pretty.
Yeah, it's actually.
You have to constantly wear like really dark sunglasses or something of the equivalent.
Yeah, walks around in a Weldon mask.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so Human and Coriander are cooking, washing pots and pans in the kitchen now. What do we wish to do?
And I go towards the door.
Yeah.
And I open it.
Open it up, you find that it goes into a large, well-stocked pantry. Shelves full of sacks of flour, vegetables, preserved meats, all of the sort of staples needed to maintain a household.
I look for books.
You very quickly establish in this food pantry there are no books. There is, I tell a lie, there is a single book hanging from like a small chain near the door that just contains a list of like provisions. It's basically a stock list for the pantry.
No books.
Okay, then we check the other doors down here first.
Yeah. So the next room was obviously the study you were in previously.
Yeah, we can take another look in the study. I think me as a player can gauge. We probably found the book in the study, but
this room is ticked off. There are no side quests showing as being good here still. Yeah, you come to another door. Inside you see a battered wooden mannequin and a weapon rack holding staffs and daggers, all lit by indigo tinted light streaming through the window. The floor is stained and scorched. At the far end of the room, a broom hovers in the air, sweeping the floor by itself. It drifts along above the floor.
I go towards the broom and I pick it up.
As you put your hand around the handle of the broom, it wrenches away and somehow turns around to what you're fairly certain is facing you. And it attempts to just bash your hand.
I think I just let it happen because I'm like, this is a broom who can bat me. Wow.
And then
You're supposed to get permission before you sweep with it.
and
Just ask Barry.
it smacks you again at hearing that, Doug. And then it rears up and it comes to smack again, and you realise if this thing is going to keep smacking at you, I want everyone to roll initiative, please.
Oh my god. How do I do that again? I forgot.
If you go to the tab at the top that is a clenched fist, you will see your character is on there with
Yes.
with a D20
yes.
next to it. You can click.
Also, Meag is very low.
Okay, turn that more.
Perfect.
There we go. So yeah.
You can also go into at the top. There's global volume controls.
Yeah.
You can have that lowered to be default.
Thank you.
So just waiting on Alexia's initiative, and then we'll see what's happening.
Just the dex, or am I missing something on my sheet?
What's it? Where is it on your sheet? Did you say?
Oh, there it is.
Excellent.
Found it.
There we go. It was worth a wait because you're up first. So,
Oh boy.
Alexia, you see this broom continue to smack away at Org, and you can tell it's not going to stop. What are you going to do?
I'm gonna continue my trend of threatening things with fire. Excuse me, can you please stop hitting him? Please.
Make a persuasion check.
We'll try diplomacy first, and if not, you know.
It does not seem to hear you. It just continues smacking away, getting harder and harder, trying to sweep the leg, as it were. Just, yeah, rain and blows.
Well, it's
upon
accepted its fate.
Oh. There we go. Next up then is Ali. What are you going to do?
Since it appears I forgot to do something on my sheet, I will just I guess I would just try to hit it out of the way.
Okay. What are you hitting it with? Does Ali carry a weapon, or is it just like a fist?
Apparently she's got a javelin, so let me equip that. It equipped because I want her to smack it.
Yeah, so click on the javelin icon next to it.
Okay.
So, and then click attack on the right.
Clearly I am just forgetting how to actually
That's okay.
think.
Over on the right hand side on the chat log, you've got javelin, and you've got two boxes, attack and damage. Click in the attack one for me, and that'll do the attack roll. So I can click it for you for this one.
Okay, thank you. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's alright. So that's a nat 1 for a 4. So you thrust out with the javelin, and you're aiming for a thin target. It just sort of bobs to the side for a moment, and then carries on. It is then... Well, anything else from you? Do you have any bonus actions? Ali?
Let me just making sure I can use this now. But I'm like yelling, like, you don't go after my friends.
Friends.
Okay. Next up is Org.
Go Hunter's Mark. I'm going to do Hunter's Mark.
Oh, okay, yeah, so that obviously relies on hit, but still wouldn't have hit, but it has got Munter's Mark on it now for next time.
Yes.
Okay, brilliant. Org, it's you.
It's my time to shine with my own broom, with my own mop. I would like to parry his attacks. On guard.
Okay. So you wanna? Are you making an attack against it, or are you wanting to call that like the dodge action?
I'm not super familiar with D&D combat. Is there like a parry, like a straight up just weapons parry?
There is a feature that things can have, so that is a very specific thing, parry, that you don't have access to. But it's one of them where if you are wanting to hit it, you would make an attack. If you're wanting to just avoid being hit by it, taking the dodge action means all attacks against you have disadvantage, and I'd imagine that being your sort of fencing, sort of your riposte. It's up to you. If you're wanting to hit it and damage it, you would just attack it.
No, I don't want to damage it. I just kind of want it to stop, so I'm just kind of deflecting its blows.
Well, we'll still make an attack, but if it hits, we'll just not add damage to it. We'll say that you're trying to dominate it more than actually destroy it.
Yeah.
So if you go into your inventory and roll an attack on the custom item we made called the Bop Mop.
The Bop Mop.
We'll see what your attack roll comes out as. So on the right hand side, if you click attack in that box, it should roll.
I probably don't have an advantage on that.
No, you don't. 21 hits.
Ooh.
So you find that you drive it back a little bit, and it shakes itself with anger. Every time it tries to strike at you, you just skillfully knock it away.
I know brooms.
Yeah. Anything else from you?
No.
It attempts to come back at you, but now it seems to be moving slower, and even though it has no sort of facial features, you can tell it's hesitant. You've kind of your broom players kind of put this in a bit of a panic, and it is going to attack disadvantageously as a result. So it attempts to strike out at you. 13. Does a 13 hit?
I do not know. How do I know that?
Is your AC 13 or lower?
13. It is in fact 13.
Beats it. So it just managed to get a slight blow in against your arm for a total of 5 damage. It's actually quite a heavy blow at this level.
Oh my god.
It crunches in on your arm. Top of a round. Alexia.
The broom has sealed its fate. Do I fucking roll on this? Apologies for language. I'm in spellbook. How do I actually roll?
Click on the icon to the left of the spell's name. Everything like the icon to the left is the dual button in Foundry. And then Firebolt, so click attack. That hits. So then click the damage button. Oof. Yeah.
Burn.
And unsurprisingly, the fire just leaps up across the twigs, and this thing is engulfed in a matter of seconds until it just falls to the floor, a withered, crisped husk.
Probably bleeding a bit from like 5 damage. I don't have that much life.
Are you okay?
That was bad, broom.
Yeah, it wasn't very much of a friend.
And if I have a rag or something, I would like wrap it around my arm.
Okay, yeah.
It's probably not the cleanest, but that's okay.
Yeah, I imagine it's like one of the cloths that you used to wipe windows with.
Yeah.
Like the Windex holster. You've got some of your janitorial supplies.
Yeah.
You've got rubbing alcohol, so you can disinfect the wound.
Whilst also smelling of Everglades.
I mean, I probably got some sort of rubbing alcohol, just and it burns a bit, but.
Well, I have a spell, but I think I messed up somewhere.
Is it I see that you got no spells on your character sheet. if you know what spells you're meant to have, I can add them in at a break for you.
Okay, yeah, I was. Well, no, that would waste that spell, so I probably should not do that.
Well, while we're looking at those spells, the rest of this room, the weapons rack had a number of daggers, quarterstaffs, and spears in. But other than that, there appears to be nothing else in this room.
So the broom is burned to a crisp.
It is.
Well.
Were you looking to dual wield?
No, I would have like broken the broom because like that's a bad broom. I would like, but
mean broom.
Yeah, it's a mean one.
You know, we could probably pop into the other room and see if they know how to make healing potions. They make food. They might be able to make other stuff, you know?
You hear a distant...
We are chefs, not alchemists.
Thank you for clearing that up. It was a thought.
So I do have a cure wounds, but I don't know how to cast it. So
That's fine, because you haven't got it set up in your character. I can effectively go and add it onto your character for you. So if I just pop Ali open for a second, I can go to spells. Ali now has the Cure Wounds spell. So you would just cast it from your spells tab, the icon next to it, and we will see how much healing you do to Ugg.
the spell book.
Yeah, so in Ali's character sheet, one of the tabs is spell book, and you'll see in there you go Hunter's Mark, a template, new spell. You go Hunter's Mark and Cure Wounds. And if you click on the icon of Cure Wounds, it'll begin to cast it. Whilst Ali's looking at that, what are the other two doing?
I'm waiting for Ali because I'm guessing it looks like she's preparing to heal me.
Yeah.
Like she's probably like
Confused about it. So this is completely in character. She's just super confused about what she's doing. That's what happens when you don't show up to class.
Yeah. It's also orc physiology, you know. You probably have never healed an orc before, so.
No, and I couldn't get to class, so I probably just barely went to class that day.
If you're having some trouble with it, finding it, Janie, do you want me to cast it for you?
Yes, please. So
Yeah.
I don't.
That's fine, yeah. So you cast that spell. And it heals for 8, so it is more than enough to bring...
Yes.
Ugg, you see your heavy broom wound just knit over, and the flesh is... It's returned to null.
You see, I don't even have to class. You could just... I should get an A for this.
Yes. Very
If you showed up for class, you might.
Well, can't you just tell the professor?
80% of the class is demonstrations. You have to show that you can do it.
But I just showed you all.
I give you a...
So yeah, you stand in the now empty dojo. Where are we off to next?
Lexi is gonna kind of shake her head and move out into the hall to move forward. Go check out this other room.
You see in this room, Ali, tall shelves filled with books lining the walls. 2 more shelves run through the middle of the room with a 10-foot wide aisle between them. Several stacks of books are piled high throughout the room, and there are small reading desks with cosy scarlet chairs in the corner. A quick glance amongst the books, because I know that's what Alexia will be going straight to doing. contains subjects such as arcana, natural science, religion, astrology, and planar travel, as well as volumes of poetry, mythology, and folk tales.
I'm looking for. Oh, please go ahead.
I can understand it if she has multiple studies like this. If each room was dedicated to certain subjects. No, it's all just kind of everywhere. At least these ones don't fly around.
Bad protection spells. If books fly, harder to steal.
Why would anybody steal a book?
I don't know. I look for a book that has only a single letter on the spine.
Between the three of you, because you're now all aware of this and you are actively looking for it, between the three of you, you very quickly find, I'm going to point at random, Alexia, you find a book that just has a letter R.
Ha! We have an I and an R now.
The password to get out is RE!
This place is starting to spark my ire.
You do see in the course of your investigations. What's the opposite of inspiration?
Demotivation.
You do also find on the desk as well. There is you all kind of spot it at the same moment. There is a very ornate jeweled letter opener, which looks like it would be rather valuable.
What's it say?
It's like a little dagger, like a letter opener.
Oh, I heard the letter opener. Oh,
Pretty, but we were just talking about not stealing, and Alexia doesn't take things, so.
Yeah, people who do that, terrible.
Is this a door over here or a window?
It is a window. Oh, sorry, it is a door. Yeah, it's a door.
Outside.
Yeah, you see out
Outside
onto a patio, surrounded by swirling indigo mists.
This place really is weird, although it does seem like it's a pocket dimension, so I guess.
Does anything happen since Allie went outside?
No, you just see out in every direction. It's impossible to tell if there's a wall an inch after this patio or if it just stretches on to infinity.
Maybe books outside.
Let's see if we can't find them inside first, and then we'll worry about traversing the unknown plane.
Okay.
I don't know how to shut doors. Oh, I can. I can just shut the door.
Oh yeah, this is the door to the same place. Oh, sorry. But if that means that there is a door here. Oh, Allie!
Allie, no!
Allie, no! I just. Oh no, there is no
Remember
door here.
me!
Here, let me close that door again.
Sorry.
It's fine.
Oh, there's a sound effect. Ooh, fancy.
So I guess we go upstairs.
Seems like the next place, yeah. Whoa, that was a jump. Hello.
Yep.
So, what have I missed there? So the landing at the top of the stairs is occupied by a suit of armour holding a long sword, point down. It sits upon a wooden stand in front of a large window. The armour is clearly decorative, though the helmet and sword seem to be of good quality. Above the statue, you see a trapdoor, like a ceiling hatch. The corridor stretches off to the left and to the right.
Okay, there are actual stairs there. Ah! Go back! I goofed. August decided we are going right. Let's go.
Yeah, no, it was just out of curiosity. Just like.
Yeah. You peer into a parlour. Each corner of this room has a scarlet armchair and a reading table piled high with books. A cheery fire burns in the fireplace. A pair of swords sit on a rack above the fire, and the heads of various animals are mounted on the walls.
Are those recognizable animals or something we've never seen before?
Make me a nature check, anyone who wants to see if they can work. Well, I'll give it to you on the left. Well, we'll see, yeah. I don't make me a nature check.
No.
Oh, wow, 0. Okay.
A cow!
Ali gets a 6. 14. So, Ali, you know a creature on the right is a hellhound, which is a type of a demonic dog, wolf sort of hybrid creature from demonic planes that can be summoned. Alexia, you know that the middle is a dire goat, a horrible twisted form of goat. The one on the left is actually mounted. It's like a crab-like creature that's reared up with many, many splayed legs, and its sort of tail's been folded back, almost like a lobster tail mounted to the wall. You've seen sort of sketches of this. You know it's a sort of insectoid creature known from like the far plains and the outer realms, but is said to like grab onto people's faces and spread a disease to them that turns them into one of itself. Just kind of comes up and it's called a face embracer. It's true.
And I don't know, like, animals. Those are animals.
Yeah. So we have a face embracer, a dire goat, and a hellhound. I feel like that Meg is as paralyzed with a meta.
Ali is not touching anything.
Mom and hate it right now.
Ali's not sitting down. She's not touching anything.
I look for books.
I mean, the only trouble that Ali has gotten in so far has come from sitting down.
Right.
I look for books.
Yeah, looking along the wall, you see the books are all poetry or heroic fiction. This is the fiction room. If you're making a concerted effort, now you're all looking for it, you do find a book that has the letter Y.
So is that the eerie? Right.
Rew. Well, on to the next room, unless someone wants to touch something.
No, we are not touching anything.
Yeah, we've got the fireplace, books, mounted heads, sofas, with swords over fire, and the chair in the corner.
I like to think Allie is just looking at every chair suspiciously now, trying to discern whether or not it's a mimic.
Yeah, she's like, this is the chair. She's like,
I'm wary of
Standing.
brooms.
We're afraid of chairs and brooms here so far. Lustandia seems to have some far reaches, if nothing else. Wonder if she's actually killed these things and brought them here or not. 3 books down. Did the homunculi tell us how many books there were?
No.
Damn.
You see there are a number of cats. An open and airy
Jesus.
bedroom. A canopied bed with rich scarlet curtains occupying one corner. A jug and a wash basin stand on top of a chest of drawers, and fluffy black cats are napping on the bed and in the chair. One wall is covered with a large painting of a gold dragon perched heroically on a mountaintop. The top drawer... Oh yeah, there we go. That's the contents of things. That's not me.
Stop trying to pick up the cats, Allie. I saw you.
okay, I won't. I wish things weren't in this building and eat us, because that bed looks really comfortable.
I think that might be safe considering the cats are sleeping on it.
And the bed goes...
Yes, very safe.
You see, like, at the end where, like, the mattress would meet the bed frame, has been a fold that has opened up. It's like...
You can lie down on me.
Yeah, Allie's by the door right now.
Talking bed.
And what we'll do at this point is, we're about an hour and a half in, so we are going to take a 15-minute break before we continue in this room. And then, yeah, we'll carry on. So it is currently near enough on the hour. We'll be back just before 1:15. So come back soon, stick around, and we'll see what else is in this house. And we're back. Welcome. So we are stood in the bedroom of this mansion, talking to the bed. There are cats abound, and we are on the hunt for books. Very specific books. So yeah, the last thing we had is I think Ali was stood near the doorway as the bed spoke up and said, "No, there's nothing strange about me. You can sit down." What are we all
Allie
doing?
is not sitting down. She's staying by the door.
Understandable.
I take the chair that's in one of the corners and put it on the bed.
Yeah, there's a cat sat on the chair as you're sort of carrying it, and the cat just looks at you with just this confusion. And as you place the armchair on the bed, you see he goes to speak again, pushed down a bit of weight now. Why would you do that?
The last time we had a sentient furniture, it tried to eat Allie.
Well, I wouldn't do that.
I take the chair and put it down.
Thank you.
Looking around the room as well, you see there is a bedside table with a sort of like water jug and a bowl, and with a water jug, a bowl, and some items of correspondence, couple of books, couple of like documents, a postcard. Yeah.
I'm gonna go rifle through Fastandia's things. Continue to do so.
Yeah. You find in her things, you find a book with a letter E on it.
Ooh.
You also find a ring that is very warm to the touch.
That's suspicious. I'm putting it back down.
That's a password. Yair. Year.
Wire.
Cookie's looking down with the concentration of someone who is writing these letters down.
Yes. In fact. Those are my notes.
So is this Alexia with a ring?
Yeah, looking kind of over the ring. It's like trying to discern if it's an actual artifact or not. Because she's curious, but she's not putting it on.
Okay. But yeah, you just feel a bit of a pleasant warmth from the fingertips from it. Well, finger and thumb tip, I imagine. Unless she's styling, just holding it between two fingers.
Does the cool finger trick where it's like flipping it between
Yeah.
his fingers. Gotta flex before putting the ring back down. Alright, so we've got 2 I's, an R, and an E.
I want to ask the bed. Bed. Do you know the password to leave?
No.
Neither do we.
Just to confirm, because I think I just heard Meg say it wrong, I am just going to list the exact books that you have.
I, R, W, and E, if I remember correctly.
Was there a W? I thought you said I in the second study.
Yep. I put in chat the ones you have so far.
Ah, okay.
So yes, E, Y, I, and R.
Oh.
That's why it, distinction. See, I wasn't the only one. I don't know where you got W, but...
I don't know either.
Okay, so E, Y, R, and E. I, Y, E, and R. Why do vowels all sound the same?
Plot twist. It is not a word. It is just a password.
Yeah, every day the standee would step outside and just go, yeah, just disappear. It's actually spelling out the first verse. There are 800 books and we spell out the first verse of like a Mongolian throat singing song. Yeah, the
cats are hopping off the bed.
The cats are just milling around. One of them walks along the bed and looks at you before giving a stretch and just flumping down on its side. The other one drops down and starts scratching at the door next to Ali.
Ali's gonna assume that she's meant to open the door, so she will.
And the cat goes outside, ahead onto a veranda, a balcony.
Just wants to get some of that sun, I guess.
The violet light.
And looking out and looking down, you see that you're clearly above that larger patio with the
Don't jump off the
veranda. That's the lower patio.
Yeah, that's the lower one that had. So you know that you're above the garden beds. It's X-Men Apocalypse. Oak just keeps walking out onto thin air like Jean Grey.
We just love.
Ugg actually knows magic. He just doesn't know he knows magic.
Exactly. This is the moment I find out.
It's a real Goodwill Hunting situation going on with Ugg. He's actually like the most powerful practitioner going.
Ultimate power.
Yeah. So yeah, just a nice veranda, balcony looking out.
Well, no books.
Nice view, I guess. So we'll leave this open so the cat can come back in.
Yeah, it does. Makes its way back onto the bed.
Oh, sorry.
You know, the stuff here doesn't eat the cats. You notice that?
Mm.
Maybe we should just hold on to the cats, and that way we won't get attacked or eaten.
Sorry, is this you trying to put mechanics to carrying the cat around now? So no, it wasn't
He's
for me. It was for
finding
the
an excuse.
Yeah, it was for the mission.
But I mean, if the cat will let me pick, one of the cats will let me pick them up, I will.
I will pick up.
The cats in here seem to be much more skittish. They're younger, a bit more energy to them. They sort of pull back a little bit, and if you want to pursue and try and grab it, this one will be animal handling. These
Same.
These cats do not want to be held.
You know what? Why not?
Yeah.
It's a one shot.
Oh my
That's
god.
one of my 2 proficiencies.
Oh my gosh, what did she get?
Oh my god.
Ali, this one is having none of it. Oh, you hold your hand out. Well, tell me how you approach it, Ugg.
I look at the cat, and with my giant hand, I just take the cat and pick it up. It doesn't really have anywhere to run. It's just not squeezing it, but it's just just taking
we're not going. This isn't of mice and men. Good God. Okay, yeah, this Bengal was picked up and just sort of looks at you with a moment of indignation before actually, actually this isn't so, and just sort of becomes a bit like putty. Ali, this cat you're not able to catch.
Then I sit on the bed with the cat.
Okay.
Alexia is just standing by the chair with this other cat, just rubs her eyes and then looks at the cat and says, "I'm not with them."
Allie's just going towards the door.
The
This
cat,
isn't her kind of room.
you pick up from the tone of the cat, you kind of get like a me neither vibe from the cat sort of disowning its friends. And in fact, it will stalk out the room and go into the study.
I'm just waiting for something to happen, to either be eaten or not be eaten because of the cat.
Moments pass, nothing happens.
Ali, right. And I pick up the cat. I follow.
And the bed just goes, "Well, I don't know what you were expecting."
I have a cat.
So yeah, back out onto the landing or Exton Maroon.
We go in the room on the left. Pass by this knight statue with the hatch over it.
And you go to the handle, but the door appears to be locked.
Damn it.
It's not
Thinking-
going
Thinking
to
the
work,
look-
but
Oh, sorry.
was gonna say,
all
please-
three of you spoke at the same time then, sorry.
sorry. I was going to say, Alice, it's not going to work, but Allie said, door, please unlock. Like she's talking to like an
much
Alexa
to
or
your
something.
surprise, Janie, actually. Believe it or not, nothing happens.
Love the bait.
I would like to grab the door handle and just push with all of my strength.
Okay. Yeah, make me an athletics check. You shoulder against it a couple of times, maybe go for a kick, but the door is firm, unbudging. What about Alexia?
Is there anything of note on or around the door?
Is there a note? You see, looking around it, that the door frame is engraved with suns and moons and stars, the various phases of the moon.
What was engraved on the armor and the sword again?
Nothing. It was just.
Oh,
it was
okay.
just of good quality. It's like filigrees and patterns on. There was no writing, no like notable symbols or sigils. I would give to you that you may recall in character as you're stood here on the landing looking around, observing, you may remember there is a hatch in the ceiling above the suit of armour.
There is a hatch, yes.
I pull the hatch down.
It's a tippy toes job. Well, to be fair, you've got a broom. You've got a better means than most groups. This is normally a climbing up the statue thing, but you quite literally have a broom. And pulling it down, yeah, there is a very skittish, thin ladder. Just collapses down, like concertinas down, is hanging there. It looks lightweight.
I step aside and look at the girls. I probably am too heavy. Also, by the way, I still have a cat. I like laid it on my shoulder.
Okay.
See, I thought Allie was going to be the one to actually just carry a cat through this whole thing. Now it's you.
Yeah, but you know, the bed didn't eat me when I had the cat, so obviously it's the cats.
The cats are safety.
Yes.
Well, I guess I'll go down the ladder since nobody else is.
Okay. As you climb up, Ali, you find yourself going into a dusty, very small attic crawl space. Like the wooden equivalent of like a ventilation shaft. You see it extends down the right to a small, if I just move you up for a moment, you'll see that it extends all the way down to this end of the building until you just see like the purple light beyond. There's obviously like an attic level small window that lets some light in. To the left, you see it goes on for about 10-15 foot, and you see another hatch in the floor with like the folded up ladder apparatus on top of it. So you could perhaps guess that that would open and the ladder would go down into somewhere beyond the locked door. Oh, you're muted.
I'm going left.
You're going to crawl down to the left, are you?
Yes, I'm just trying to.
Yeah. Well, you can't go for we can't go for the warp moment. But you do you release the ladder down?
Yes.
Cool. It goes down, and straight away a pungent smell hits you, and just the sound of you hear bubbling, like boiling water or something. There's something bubbling away below you. If you were to peer down, you see a stone floor, tables set with like conical flasks, and like laboratory equipment, a couple of which are bubbling away.
Okay, just so you all know that there's she's going to explain that to the
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I would have like yelled, Ellie, you okay?
No.
No.
But
Ali, make me a perception check, please.
okay. Finally, something I'm proficient in. Please be a good roll.
Okay, yeah. As you're looking around the room, I would say that you notice the door that, from the direction you're coming and looking back, you would gather makes sense is the locked door that your groups tried to come through. There is a large brass key in the door on this side, so that could be unlocked from this side.
But I have to go across the. I have to go.
You would have to climb down the ladder into the room, and then you could unlock the hall to your friends.
You know what? I'm gonna go try it.
Yeah. So you climb down the rickety ladder and find yourself in the laboratory.
Okay. Wait. And the door to the left is the one with the key, correct?
This door is the one that
Okay.
you'd go through.
I didn't actually walk on the table. It's like you don't think I did.
Just hurdle the table. Do it. What could go wrong?
So yeah, there is a key in the door. You may turn it if you wish.
Yes, I want to turn the key. And
You all hear the clicking of a lock.
wait, what am I doing here? I made my screen like super big accidentally. And I tilted myself. But I'm trying to open the door and just come out the other side.
It's been opened. So yeah, it's onto the landing. The others are there. And you find yourselves in a room mostly taken up by long wooden tables covered in glass vessels and books. Cabinets with glass doors line the walls, and they all contain manner of all specimens. Just below the ceiling in the middle of the room, colourful globes circle each other in an intricate dance, illuminating the room. The far wall is almost completely covered by a map of the night sky, with a golden sunburst in the centre above a closed door. You see cabinets crowded with skulls, bones, mounted animals, rocks, minerals, dried plants, and jars of creatures floating in liquid. Measuring devices, glassware, other scientific apparatus sit on the tables. It's just laboratory as fuck, is the best way of putting it. This is the most labby of labs. The star map on the wall is extremely intricate. Number of silver blazing stars illuminated on it, and that golden sunburst in the centre. What would you all like to do?
Look for books.
Yeah. You find many boring scientific journals. Very, very in depth. You find books on musical studies. You find books on the proper breeding of specific types of dogs. Faerun bulldogs. You find how to cook the best apple crumble using scientific apparatus as opposed to using cooking implements. You find several tomes on how to study how to conjure and create homunculi. You imagine this is the room perhaps where Fistandia learned how to create cumin and coriander. You also find a book that is blank, except for on the spine, the letter T. So a new book. Sorry, I didn't mean. I accidentally had Ali select the pen. I didn't. Ali doesn't just go T for Michelle's. But yes, you find a book that has the letter T on the spine.
Alright. Zara's making note of that.
I'm like puzzling anagrams in my head.
It's very... Were you able to really... You said there was like recipes and stuff as well.
Yeah.
What's currently in progress? Because I mean, you said there was kind of a smell going on in here.
How does Alexia have any sort of alchemical background? Would she really know or recognize what's going on? You can make me or any of you proficient with alchemist's tools?
I think. Am I?
Oh, I haven't noted, so I'm gonna roll with no. So it's mostly just curiosity and then looking over the
make
tower.
me an investigation check, just to have a sort of a summary of your study around the room.
Can Ali look too?
Of course, yeah.
No. 6.
Ali got 22.
Ali goes to her potions class.
The one
Yeah,
class.
that was a 20, I think.
It's for one class she does turn up to. You looking around, you are confident that what you can see in here are just like the base ingredients of many different sort of alchemical compounds. The equivalent of like hydrochloric acid. Things that in themselves couldn't do much magically, but together are of a good basis for making different alchemical compounds. Oh, JD, you're muted.
Oh. I'm just going to explain that to everyone.
Okay.
So we've got everything for a basic alchemy lab, and then we have this tapestry covered in stars.
Yeah.
Is there anything interesting about the tapestry? Like, looking at it, would any of us see anything special on it?
If any of you have ever maintained like an interest of astrology or study it at Candlekeep, you would know that it is an accurate reflection of the night sky. It is familiar constellations. It seems to be it is much more of like clearly a diagram than it is. It's a very, very beautiful diagram as opposed to like a work of art. Anyone would like to do with it, or are we looking at other things?
Ugg is not learned, so it looks pretty to him, but that's probably it.
Okay.
I'm observing this nice fabric, but also looking to see if there's anything actually out of place.
Okay, yeah. Make me an investigation check with advantage.
Okay.
Yeah.
21.
You would notice that 5 of the stars are significantly brighter than others. Some of these stars are actually glowing on this tapestry. The 5 that are glowing, it makes no sense why those, you would know that it isn't like an equivalent of the North Star or a particular constellation. There's just 5 generic, nondescript stars that seem to have been dotted around the tapestry, but seem to have been glowing with more importance than they deserve in the grand scheme of the cosmos.
That's interesting, and she'll actually reach out and kind of touch the fabric over one of the stars that are glowing.
It feels exactly the same as the rest. There's a slight bit of crystal where each of the stars are.
What's causing that? And is now just moving the fabric around, just curiously.
Okay. Yeah, it just switches. There's stone wall behind it. There's obviously a big cutout in the centre for that doorway and the emblazoned gold sun above the doorway. But other than that, it just seems to be a tapestry sort of canvas hanging in front of the wall to present that library. Oh, wow, Alexia boots the door open.
No. I was trying to see if it was actually just locked for a minute. I was like, oh, Well, that makes more sense.
Yeah. You open the door then, and cool night air hits you. You see grass ahead, underfoot, and looking up to the ceiling. There is no ceiling. There is just the endless night sky filled with stars and celestial bodies. It is quieter out here. You hear a distant chirping of birds, of night birds far away, and you've effectively stepped into a grassy hilltop at night underneath the night sky.
These are all telescopes around us.
They are.
We basically found an observatory in this little pocket dimension.
I look through one of the telescopes. This
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, Allie does. Let's do one of them as well.
Yeah, you look up to the night sky.
Oh, idea. So looking through one of the telescopes, what is this thing in the center here? It's glowing.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, there is just a. Where are we? Let's have a look. Yeah, in the middle of the space, a 1 foot diameter sphere of clear crystal sits in a circular brass stand. It's effectively a bit of illumination for the room, or like the projector of the night sky. Yeah, the room is described as having detailed and convincing illusion of a grassy knoll on a moonless night. Springy turf compresses underfoot, and when the doors to the room are closed, the starry night sky is visible in all directions.
So out of curiosity, the idea just kind of pops into our heads. It's like, I want to see if there's something with this. Looking through one of the telescopes, I'm going to look for one of those stars that had actually been glowing on the tapestry.
Oh, right, okay, yeah. Okay. So yeah, you search around looking for it. Make me, to save a lot of back and forth, make me an intelligence check. The better it is, the less time it takes for you to get this done. I'm not going to have a situation where you walk back and forth and make notes and repeatedly like quiz show it until you get it right. So we'll say the intelligence check is just how quickly you get it done. Yeah, 10. Takes you 2 goes, but you manage to accurately track one of the telescopes onto the position of the stars that you checked out on the tapestry. You do hear a faint doo, like a single chime, and you feel more than hear a little click as that telescope locks into place.
Okay. So I don't know what's going to come of it, but the telescopes will lock onto the stars that were glowing on the tapestry. So now she's on a... It's reloading.
Yeah,
now
yeah,
she's
yeah.
on a... Now she's on the mission. Going to be moving all of the telescopes. Whether or not y'all help is up to you.
I mean, Ugg would help, but he probably has no idea what he's doing.
Allie would help if you let her know what to do. She would. So I think her scores are high enough to help.
Yeah, if Alexia explains what
Yeah.
they're trying to do, yeah, the others can absolutely help. And the 3 of you can move these stars. Just make me one of you, whoever's got the highest intelligence, make me in check with advantage, given everybody's help, and we'll see how quickly get this done. So I imagine between the 3 of you, we could even be in a position where one person's sort of calling out from the doorway and steering and directing. With the team fully on board, it will not take long.
So my intelligence totals a 13, so plus 1
9.
mod.
Yeah, okay. Takes a few moments. Each of those telescopes, all of them fixing up to their positions in the night sky. Suddenly, the lights go out in the room, and you hear heavy sliding of stone. And you see that a door has opened in the wall at the far end of the room.
Lexi just kind of grins. Now she's actually kind of getting into the idea of like, okay, this place might not be so bad. She likes puzzles.
You find yourself in a small room that contains only a single thing. There is it's bare except for a bookshelf that is covered in chains up against the wall. A plain wooden bench and a reading desk built into the shelves. A book sits on the desk. You recognise its front cover as being a second copy of The Joy of Extradimensional Spaces. There are cobwebs all over the bookshelf, and you see the chains. The books are like chained so they cannot be taken away and removed from the bookshelf.
That's
So what happens if we open the book?
Okay, so approaching, as you reach down to get the book, one of the other books flies off the shelf and tries to bat at you in the face, alley. And suddenly all the other chains start extending out and falling out, and books are being flailed around as
Calm down.
this animated chained library takes objection to you being in here. And I'd like everyone to roll initiative.
Oh my goodness.
Big Boss is a fucking bookshelf when we started in the library, guys. Anyone else see the irony?
Yep. God damn, that was a terrible roll.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to move the bookshelf slightly into the wall, and I'm going to kill the ambient noise in this room because it's very much a big drone. So yes, the book is up first. It swings the book out straight towards you. We're going to say he's in the center. We're going to say it's going for Alexia.
Ooh.
And it's trying. You can't work out if it's trying to strike you with the book or wrap the chain around you. Why not both? But it strikes out. Does a 16 hit you? Or do you have anything you can do about it? Okay.
It does hit me.
The book clubs you hard, dealing 3 damage, which I have removed from you.
Ouch.
Next up. Oh, first of all, let's start combat. There we go. Next up is Alexia. Being struck by this book. What are you going to do? First of all, before you tell me, perception check, everybody, please.
God damn it. The one of the 2 proficiencies I have.
Wrapped in the back, Alexia, and maybe Ali as well when we get her roll. You see that there is a book wrapped in chains. There we go. Oh, Ali took a moment. Oh. Ali took a moment. Good grief, that's very loud. There we go. Yeah, Ali took a moment because she was going to absolutely boss it. You see a single book wrapped in the chains in the back of the shelf with the letter L on its spine. But it is firmly tucked away in the recesses of the chains. Alexia,
What do y'all know about that letter?
What are you doing with your turn? She's pondering. Ali, you're up in a second. Think about what you're going to do, and then Ugg. What's it going to be, Alexia?
My sheet's being weird and I can't look at what my spells are.
I can read them for you. Firebolt, message, produce flame, dancing light, shield, find familiar, sleep, mage armor, detect, unearth, tremor. So you do have shield. You could have saved
Do
those
I?
3
Oh,
HP.
well,
You could have
you
saved
know.
those 3 HP before.
It's fine. Oh, I know. Yeah, I legitimately can't. The only thing that shows up is shield. Oh, there we go. Fixed it.
Excellent. So yeah, what are you doing?
Is that chain still by me? Or
Yes.
is it retracted?
Yes, it's trying to wrap itself around you. In fact, I should have got you to make a DC for me. Let me just check. Thank you for reminding me. Oh, no, it didn't do enough damage. Yeah, you can tell it tried to wrap around you, but you just managed to wrench yourself free.
Throw a firebolt at that chain.
Okay, yeah.
We won't burn the book. We'll burn the chain, though.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, click attack. Oof, definitely, yeah, that hits.
Bam.
Click damage.
Bam.
You nearly, near enough welding punch through this chain. There is just a snap, and that particular chain comes right off. Yeah, it is that was a big hit. Anything else from you?
I don't really have any bonus actions, so I think that is it.
Okay, Ali, it's you. Ugg, you're next. So what is Ali gonna do, Janie?
I guess try to hit it with the javelin since that's all I have equipped.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, go into your inventory and click that icon next to it.
I am trying to. I'm just not having good luck today with my.
That's okay. I mean,
clicking.
I'm happy to do it for you. I just don't need to feel like you're just here and I'm doing all the clicking for you and it boring.
So
you. If you want me to click it, I can.
Oh my gosh. So I click on the javelin, right? The little picture.
Yeah, and you see when you're there we go. You've done it many times now. She's gone to a frenzy. So you'll see in the chat log over on the right, javelin will have come up, won't it? In the bottom one, you'll see there's 2 buttons, attack and damage. Click attack for me, and then click normal.
Okay, I keep clicking it, so it's probably going to.
There we go. 22.
Oh, that's a good one.
22 definitely hits. So now we know it hits. Click the damage button underneath where you clicked attack. There we go. 2 damage. So yeah, the javelin. Whereabouts on the bookshelf are you aiming for?
Where am I aiming for? It's a good question. I don't know, the middle.
Okay, yeah, you just drive this javelin in for a moment, and there's a bit of a boom that seems to the drawers at the bottom sort of open slightly as it makes this noise, and then we pull back in. The drawers seem to be its equivalent of its mouth. Yeah, anything else from Ali?
Let me see what else. I don't think she can do much else. I know she has some bonus things.
Maybe she wants a hunter's market or anything? I don't know if you have many more things you can do with bonus.
Could she? No, it's a whole action to do this, so she'll just have to do it next time.
Okay. After that then, Ugg.
Well, Ugg is in a moral dilemma because, from when he was but a small orc, he's been told to not destroy books. And now he has to fight books. So, since I haven't seen the L, I think he would, scout whether he finds a book that has only a singular letter on it, just to see, is this something we need, or can we, Do not disturb the books.
Okay, if he's trying to basically do a proper reconnaissance of it whilst it's trying to attack, that would be an action sort of investigation. So that would be his entire turn. But yeah, you can make me a perception check. Just sort of dodging and ducking and weaving underneath these books. No, that's enough. These books swinging around like as it's all happening, because the books are all like flying out. It makes a lot more available space on it, and you do see there is one in there that is an L tucked away at the back.
Okay, so now I also see. I think the cat that was on my back probably fled.
Yeah. Good point. Charges off into the grassy room and is not seen again.
Yeah.
Is there any bonus actions that Ug's gonna do?
Not really.
Okay.
I don't really have a class, so no.
Okay, top of the round then. The bookshelf is going to strike out at Alexia again.
Is it mad because I burned it?
Most definitely. Does a 12 hit you?
It does not.
Tell me how you parry the book. And tell me what the title of the book was.
Same hand, kind of covered in flame, just bats away at the chain, and I imagine it just kind of out of reflex, like, no, paper burns, don't want to do that, and pushes it away. And the title of the book, it just says fragments on it.
That book would be so big that you would get put through the wall if it was swung at you. Excellent. Okay, yeah, fragments is swapped away. That's it from the bookshelf. Next up, it's you, Alexia. How do you reply to this attack?
Burn in the chains again.
Okay.
Gotta release fragments from that chain.
What did we
21
roll
hit?
there? 21 definitely hits.
I think I accidentally rolled with advantage on that. Oops.
Let's have a look. You did, but the lowest roll still would have hit after your modifiers, so that's fine. How much? 2 points of damage. Yeah. More scorching. Anything else from you?
Nope.
Okay. Ali, it's you. It's there still. You did fix to the wall. It's just flinging these chains left and right. What's Ali going to do? And Ugg, you're next.
I'm just going to, it worked before. I'm going to try my javelin again on it.
Okay.
Now that I figured out how to roll. I only got 7.
7, unfortunately, does not hit.
Okay, that's all for now.
That's all for now? Okay, Ugg, you're up.
Well, I see fire being hurled at books. I see people trying to fight books. I am in a moral dilemma. So what I'm trying to do is go behind the bookshelf and just
In my defense, I'm hitting the chains, not the books.
Yes, but books, they are very flammable. So I'm just taking the bookshelf and trying to toss it over.
You're trying to pull the whole case over.
Yes.
It is. Sorry, I mentioned before. It is very clearly built into the. It's built into the wall. You would
into the wall.
It would be a waste of your turn to try and do that. But because I've mentioned it already, it obviously wasn't clear in what I said. Sorry. You can pick something else to do. It's not going to cost you.
Oh, okay. I guess I'm going to try to, if a book flings at me, take the book and yank the chain out.
Ooh. So like an aggressive dodge action. You're just sort of prepping to be attacked and trying to be ready for it. Okay. Are you happy if I call that, saying you're going to hold your action if in case you're attacked?
Yes.
Yeah? Cool. Okay. Top of a round. It does actually swing at you, Ugg. Does a 10 hit?
No, I have armor class 13.
Does
so
you block it, and then you make your counter attack that you had prepped for it. So yeah, make an attack against it. We'll make an attack. And see. You can choose. You can choose an attack or an athletics check. DC 14.
I'm not sure how to like make a DC.
Oh, you don't have to. That's just me telling you up front what number it needs to be. Because a lot of DMs will be like, make it. Oh, sorry, it's not good enough. It's accountability. I'm telling you beforehand, so that if you do it, I can't go, oh, it wasn't enough. So make an athletics check.
Or an attack.
Oh, yeah, or an attack.
Unarmed strike.
Yeah.
Let's go with unarmed strike. Why not? Why not?
So click the attack button. 9. You do not manage to wrench it. You grab it, and you yank it, but then you feel yourself being dragged in towards it, and you can either let go or be pulled towards it.
So just from my recollection, how many more books are there snapping? Like, will I be in the line of fire if I'm?
Oh well, yeah. If you look about picture, each of the loops is a chain. There are like 20 chains on this thing.
Okay. Oh god. No, I let go then.
Okay. Top of a round. Back to the. That was a counter attack. Sorry. Yes. Alexia, it's now you.
Listen, I know exactly one thing. It is Firebolt.
A hit, yeah. Oof.
Slow and steady wins the race.
Yeah, this thing is starting to not look great. It's getting a few books. A couple of the books have like fallen off the shelves and like are hanging by the chains, but they're going like limp. A couple that were striking out of now just sort of dropped, and there's just a bit of a general sag and almost weariness seems to be coming over the bookshelf. Anything else from you?
You know, if she was trying to make an escape plan in case somebody got trapped here, why is one of them trapped in what is basically the restricted section with a sentient bookshelf?
Why indeed. Ali, it's
Why?
you. Ugh, you're next. What's Ali doing?
Muted. The same thing.
Okay.
Try to hit the javelin on the desk, not the desk, the flat part.
Okay.
18.
Oh, yeah, definitely hits.
Perfect. And 3 damage.
Tell me how you'd like to defeat this, Janie. How does Ali dispatch the bookshelf?
Ali takes the javelin and says, just like is yelling, "Stop attacking!" She just jabs it into the side where that book is.
Yeah, and just the drawers just fully eject out like a violent sort of like VCR being ejected. The video shoots out, and the chains will topple forward. It doesn't come away from the wall, but it just sort of crumples in the middle and just sags. And yeah, it is destroyed. Well, the life is beaten out of it, rather.
I think Ali will twirl the javelin and put it back in place.
I'll start putting the books back to where they belong.
Yeah.
Why did that thing attack us?
Never had books attack me before.
You must not spend a lot of time in the library.
Yeah,
no.
I mean, given our session literally open, people being attacked and invaded by books.
No, you must. Did you threaten to burn the book?
The book attacked first.
See? Books don't like fire.
So we have the book with the letter L tucked away in the back of this this shelf. If anyone's taken it.
Yep. Well,
Add that to the collection of letters that you have.
grab that.
Was that the book like prominently displayed on the picture with the L?
No, that was the Joy of Extradimensional Spaces, which is the book that brought you in here.
Remember.
But there is a book with the letter L on its spine, tucked away on the shelf.
Got it. Can I had a thought of opening it, but the last time I opened it...
God, imagine if it is like Inception and we started the adventure again. You're in the mansion within the mansion. Except this time, cumin and coriander are German.
Oh no. We are very trained in the culinary arts, yeah.
What was that?
My bad German accent.
That sounded very Dutch or Swedish. That was not German.
Yeah, I don't know. This is what Americans usually think is German. If I were to like be actually German, it would sound different.
I'm not gonna flex my German. But yeah, you have the Joy of Extradimensional Spaces on the front, and you have an L. So that is 6 books you have currently.
God, how many of these do we need to find?
I'm trying to like puzzle it together, but I can't think of a word.
There has to be a clue somewhere. And if the joy of extra dimensional space isn't glowing in reaction to us being near it or being touched, gonna flip through that. What was the name of the author again? I don't remember.
This music's very loud.
Morden
Allura Fistandia is the author. It's about Mordenkainen.
Oh.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's kind of flipping through this copy of Joy in Extra Dimensional Space, trying to look for a clue.
And it is actually a very, very boring book. It's more actually like a study, a lengthy study of the Mordenkainen's magnificent mansion spell and all the ways that it could be used to, it could be augmented to make a different sort of mansion environment. The spell typically only there's like some margin notes, presumably by Fistandia herself, talking about how the Mordenkainen's magnificent mansion spell typically only lasts for a week, but she's experimenting with ways to augment that. One could assume she was successful, given that cumin and coriander said they've been here for over 300 years.
But we also feel like we've been here for seconds and years at the same time, so you know...
It's true. It's true. There is also one more note at the top of the center top of the first page, a very unusual place. It just says, "The books spell freedom."
The books spell freedom?
Mm-hmm.
There's no B, so it's not liberty.
Means we're missing a book.
Oh, it is probably a liberty.
So looking at the gathering of books and running through just synonyms, I think that's probably the same kind of conclusion that Alexia would come to, is like, well, it could be liberty. We are missing a book, though.
As Alexia says the word liberty out loud, there is a tremendous crash and splitting and rush of magical sound and lightning as in front of you all a glowing, very, very, we're going to say it's very Doctor Strange-esque, but blue, portal opens and just hangs in the air. Your doorway that opens up. You can sort of lean around it and see each other, but to look into it, even though it's between you, you see the library of Candlekeep.
Okay.
The same,
Well-
the halls of evocation that you were just in.
Are we missing a book?
I guess we didn't need them all. We just needed the password. And our very own copy of Joy of Extradimensional Spaces to tie it all together.
Is there a letter on the spine of that book?
On the Joy of Extradimensional Spaces.
Yes.
It's the usual title.
Okay.
So one could assume, rather than stagger them all around, having the books was not the key. Knowing the passphrase or password was, and you did what many groups do not do, which is just piece the word together before you have all the books.
We're actually learning something in our studies.
This would be an awful one shot to run with like speed runners. It's like, no, it's liberty. Over. Done.
Yes.
2-minute one shot. So the portal opens. You see beyond the portal a pile of toppled books. You see the tables you were sat at. Some 30-40 feet away, Ugg, you see your bucket trolley just sadly drifting along.
No!
Its handle all drooping. It's like doing the sad, dejected walk as it just
No!
like wheels around the library.
I'm right here, baby. Don't worry.
Wait, so we're not stuck here forever?
No,
Allie looks
no,
a
we're
little
not.
disappointed.
You know what? You're welcome to stay. I'm going back to the library.
No, I have to go back. Maybe next time.
Well, I mean, we have the book still, so theoretically, unless it's a one-off spell, come back anytime.
Okay. It doesn't look like I missed the test either.
We'll find out how much time has passed once we get out of here.
You first.
Lexi will step through the portal onto Candlekeep.
How much HP do you have, Alexia? How much HP do you have? I'm joking, it's fine.
13.
Yeah, you step through. And as Alexia steps in, they vanish. You do not see Alexia in the library. There is a brief shimmer, and you're still sort of looking for them. Does anybody else follow?
Can I like put my hand through it and then see what happens?
You do. Ali, you see Ugg reach out and put his hand to the surface of the portal, and it sort of stretches, and Ugg is pulled in and disappears.
Yoink!
Oh. He like looks around like this is a hard choice. And then goes through the portal.
Goes through. Okay. She steps in, and once again, you all feel that same sort of tug. This time you're very aware that you are travelling backwards, but I lack the technology to reverse the MP4. But you find yourself moving away from the plane that had contained the mansion. That same sensation of not knowing whether seconds or years or decades are passing. Ali, you become aware as you're flying through, being buffeted and hearing all these different sounds, that you forgot to put a cat down. And one of the cats is looking up, bright, wide, yellow, terrified eyes, claws stuck in the front of your robe. This carries on.
It's okay, kitty.
This carries on for some time, until once again your feet touch the floor and you find yourselves in the hall of evocation.
This is how Allie multi-classes into wizard. She has her familiar now.
Allie's very disappointed looking that they're back in the library.
The
I'm
copy.
rather impressed that you were able to like carry the cat and still fight the bookshelf. So
Yeah.
like I'm very impressed.
Yeah.
That's why there was a couple of low rolls.
Of course, yeah. And yeah, you find yourselves back in the library. I'm sorry to say, Ali, but you are still just in time for your exam. What do the
I should have stayed behind.
after your exam is complete, what would the three of you fill your day with in Candlekeep? Would you be hanging out with each other? Do you have your own things to go and do?
Well,
I think Allie would try to
Go ahead.
tag along. She'd probably annoy Alexia.
What does Ali call her cat?
That's a good question.
And while you're thinking of that, what would Ugg do with the rest of his day?
Well, I'm definitely happy to have my trusty bucket and mop trolley back. I'll give it the love it deserves. I'm thinking that I might just take the book, The Joys of Extradimensional Travels.
Okay.
And take it with me.
What? But then Allie can't open it and go back.
No. I will tell Allie, like, you know, I have the book here, so if you
I'm protecting the book.
if you want to visit Cumin and Coriander, we can always go back.
From how you describe a trip there, Janie, I imagine Ali would use it like a water slide. You open the book and out and go, Liberty! Shoot back, let's jump in again.
Yes.
Again! Just spend their days riding the wormhole. And how about Alexia?
Alexia, I'm going to say that Ellie had her exam in one of her other more physical magic or artificy classes. Alexia has, for the most part, a free day and is going to start looking into Fistandia.
Okay.
Because now she's seen this little pocket world that Fistandia has created. She wants to know more about this person.
We've just made this is the origin story for a future BBEG. Absolutely. And that concludes this adventure. So this is the joy. Oh, what was the name of the cat? Did you think of a name? Sorry, Ali.
Yeah, but Violet, because it was a violet fog and everything.
Fantastic. Okay. So yeah, that concludes the Joy of Extradimensional Spaces. So this is a nice little easy level one shot. It's the introductory experience of the Candlekeep Mysteries book. The maps were all made by the Mad Cartographer. We'll just take a moment and go around, say who we were, where we can find each other. So I'm Harrison. I DM in and play quite a few shows over here at TPK. I think the next time you can find me is on Tuesday, where I run a weekly Demi-Planes of Dread campaign called Fragments. Thank you to Meg for the shout out earlier for that. You can also catch me as a player in Dark Echoes, Harper's Variants, and other things. Yeah, on to Meg. Oh, I timed that so badly for when you swigged.
Yeah.
I was like, now on to Meg.
I had to pay back the favor for the Hubris of Man shout out. But as far as who I am, like Harrison said, I am Meg or Meg Mysteria. I got to play Alexia Imbra, our very exasperated pyromaniac wizard. As far as where you can find me, you can find me as Meg Mysteria on Twitch, on Twitter, on Itch, and of course running around in the TPK and the Neon Lights Discord. As far as what I'm in next, you're gonna see me again in a couple of hours for our episode of The Top Shelf. We'll be playing Kismet tonight, which is a very fun single die DC changing game. So you'll get to see us play that live. We're bringing back some familiar characters that we've played throughout our multitude of runs throughout TPK. This is history, so that'll be interesting. After that, back over on Neon Lights for our Lancer campaign and the finale of our Against the Light campaign. But that's it for the rest of the month for me, I believe. So let's throw it over to Janie.
Hi, Janie. I played, what was her name? Allie, who a very, very disappointed, artificer student. I guess she really wanted to just, be whisked away into a fairyland. Too bad it didn't stick this time. I am Janie Pot 7575 on Twitter, and I can't remember what I'm in next. So I'll try to update it on Twitter. I'm not very good at promoting myself, so I'm just going to go to the next person.
Brilliant. Thanks, Janie.
Well, I'm Cookie Crisis. This is my second adventure with TPK, so I'm not in any permanent game just yet, but, we'll see what the future brings. I'm usually findable on the interwebs as the Cookie Crisis on Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. And I'm usually in some way, shape, or form on stage. Come see me whenever my next play is.
Brilliant. Okay, thank you very much. Well, yeah, that's all from us tonight. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching and for commenting. It's been great. I'm going to try and run some more of these one-shots soon. But yeah, until then, we'll see you next time. Bye.